You know, people call myself a coon. I'd rather be a coon than a simp or a pussy hound. Me, my particular views are just what they are. I have certain principles, things that I believe in, edicts that influence my positions about certain social, political, and economic situations or issues or whatever's happening. I don't allow the flesh of women to get in the way of that. I don't allow flesh to dictate. Women have, a lot of women have brought down very powerful men. And you need to always keep that uppermost in your mind. You know, when I see a nice looking female walking, because you know, you have a lot of women that can't get out of that look at me, it's all about me, attention whore phase that many teenage females go through. They carry that up into their 30s and 40s. And black men are some of the biggest facilitators of that behavior, because many of these women know when all else fails, you know, I can go, even if she's 300, 400 pounds, when all else fails, I know I can go get me a black guy, you know, to treat me like freaking Cinderella. And when I see women, that attractive women, I don't even bat an eye at them. I mean, to sit here and say, even as a married man, that I haven't seen an attractive woman would be silly. That I don't see attractive women. It would be silly. It's illogical. It doesn't make sense. But I don't bat an eye at no woman. I don't care who you are. You know, I'm not going to be that sucker that's skinning and grinning and shining. I'll show you the same respect as I show Joe Schmo over here. You're not going to get special concessions from Painless because you strutting here with a miniskirt, some pumps, with your ass and breasts hanging out. I'll just look at you and that's what it is. As to some women, that bothers them, and some women respect a guy like that. You would never catch me, you know, I'm not that guy at the office trying to get at every female. That's not my style. I think it's tacky. Secondly, I wouldn't like a lot of people in my business anyway. Thirdly, you never shit where you eat. I don't know why men like to deal with women. I mean, imagine you know, sleeping with a woman on the job. And I'm speaking from a point where if I was single, and I was single at the time, I have been out there before I was married. I'm happily married now. But I'm just thinking in hindsight, the last thing I would want to see is a chick I did my thing with every goddamn day at my job. I mean, that's utter torture. Why the fuck would you do that? Why would you do that? Huh? It makes no sense. You're just bringing unsolicited attention and problems for yourself. I wouldn't want it. But you have a lot of men now, because they're so starved for attention. You know, these are the same people that they'll put a selfie up and they be in their goddamn feelings all day because they didn't get any likes, or they only got 1 like or 2 likes, or they're on Instagram, they didn't get the hearts and all this bullshit. And social media has really screwed a lot of people up. You have a lot of men and women, and this video is, pretty much tailored, not specifically, but pretty much tailored to men. You have a lot of men that don't have any goddamn confidence. They walk around with their head down when you should be walking with your head up. I don't care what situation you're in. Fake it till you make it. You walk around with your head up, chest out, and stop being a bitch. Be a man. That doesn't mean taking shit, but you need to handle your business. You need to be calculating. Men are logical. Men are rational. Men think things out. Women don't do this. This is why they just don't. Not saying some women don't exercise that, but for the most part, they're not hardwired to. And men, when you understand this, stop sitting on the goddamn sidelines waiting for women to move when your ass need to be moving. Men should always take charge in a gaggle of females. Men should be on the spot, Johnny on the goddamn spot, and if you're in a situation that calls for it. Nothing bothers me than a man sitting off in a goddamn corner looking at a bunch of women who are probably looking at his ass to do something. And I'm not talking about at the workplace or anything. I'm talking about in a situation. You know when you're in a situation. Take fucking charge. But you got a lot of men raised by women, and all their fucking lives, all they seen is their loudmouth mama and grandmama and sisters and cousins. And they just sit back with their fucking thumb in their mouths. That's not my reality of a man. That's not what I saw as a man. But if you have over 80% of a certain demographic that don't know what the fuck manhood is, they rarely see men. Remember I talk about quality versus quantity. The quality of men they seen ain't worth a squat. So you need to be an example. Men, if you're manning out there, be an example to someone who has. Do it through action. Men, I'm a firm believer in nipping shit in the bud and dealing with tough problems when people don't want to talk and discuss. To me, that's womanly too. That's very feminine to me. If we have a disagreement and we can't come out and talk, and you're like walking around and I don't want to talk. To me, I expect that from a female, not from a guy. Men should be able to talk situations out, shake on it, and move the fuck on. Not come to work or wherever, to the game or wherever, the next fucking day, like you're on your man period. And I thought this shit was squashed already. Move on. And see, a lot of this when you can do that, you also have to be able to submit to other men. It's not about kissing ass, but understand that you need to be teachable as well. You need to be able to be a leader and a follower. Submission is a big part to being a man. If you can't submit and be trainable, teachable, and humble, then know your fucking role. Know your place. Learn from it. Okay, so what? You're not fucking captain right now. It's time for you to be a troop now. You're not a general right now. Play your fucking position. That's part of manhood, being able to be led and willing to be a soldier for a minute and working your way through the ranks. You're not going to go from fucking private to damn brigadier general in a fucking week. It doesn't happen that way. You have to be led. You have to be, cultured, indoctrinated, taught, proven, tested. And that's what makes who you are. You got to be able to be led in preparation to be a leader. You're not seeing that a lot in American men. Seeing a lot of whining, soft-muscled, buttery chest, simping ass guys that are scared to call women out on their shit. That's what I'm seeing now. Simping is at an all-time high. It's at an all-time high. And this doesn't mean running around calling women female dogs. No, that's not manhood. Everything is about action. You lead by example, by being an example. Let your actions do the talking. Real women don't want a weak ass, do nothing man. If she does, she's a weak woman. Women want men that take charge. Taking charge to a real woman is attractive. It shows that that you're a protector, and women naturally look towards protection. This is why a lot of women, especially black women, gravitate to thugs, because subconsciously they look at the thug as the protector. But in the end, in this system, a thug can't do shit but make babies and go to jail. But if you could put yourself in a position where you don't have to go to jail to get it how you live, you can get money legally, and you can take care of business and protect her, that's attractive. It's attractive. See, like me, I'm a professional guy. I work in a professional job. But I can get rough and dirty and rugged. A lot of professional men, I was reading that 1 in 2 black men that are gay are going to contract AIDS or HIV. I thought that was I was wowed by that. And I talked about promiscuity among black folk. And I saw something about Atlanta, about 80% of the black men in Atlanta are gay. And to me, Atlanta is, I would be very, very careful if I were in Atlanta sleeping with anyone. I would be very suspect about sleeping with anyone in Atlanta. Atlanta is just a small city right smack dab in the middle of the woods where everybody pretty much knows everybody. People go to the same clubs. It's not a big city, really. And some of everybody knows some of everybody. And them Negroes up there just passing syphilis, the clap, gonorrhea, herpes around each other like it ain't nothing. So I would, if you're a straight black male in the city of Atlanta, I would be very wary of who you lay down with. I would, because you got men out here tricking to keep the lights on. male tricks. I mean, you know, male streetwalkers. You got male tricks. But yeah, when I heard that video of that brother Dark One's son, I knew that he had been another victim of simping, and he's weak to me. If you allow, no woman should run you ragged like that. Should be reserved. There's too many women out here. You need to get over that shit. And sometimes you got to be on some fuck love type shit if you a single man. If you got your shit together, there's absolutely no reason why you should be boo-hooing and telling a chick you gonna kill yourself if she leave you. You better jump your ass out there and I don't know, fuck that shit away till it go away. I mean, I know that can be dangerous, but I'm saying you got to get over it, and you need to condition your mind and look in the mirror and be like, I'm not going to let this chick do this to me, and you need to walk around with that. It all starts up here, but you know, again, if you're 22 years old and you dropped out of fucking high school and as a sophomore, and you know you started selling dope, then your ass got caught. You did 5 years in the pen, and you come out, you ain't got shit. You don't even have a high school diploma. You're a felon now. You'll do anything, and you'll deal with anything. And there's a lot of men in the ground because what I just said. But you got to get over that shit. And as you get older, you will. And you'll learn from that. You'll learn. These situations will make you colder, but they'll make you smarter. Shit needs to have conditions. You need to be a realist, and you need to be emotionalist when you're dealing with a lot of these women these days. You need to show no emotion when you're dealing with an uncouth, disrespectful, vile, unworthy female. A lot that are running around this day. You need to have no emotion. You need to just look away as you know. You just need to be that way. It protects yourself, and you need to protect yourself at all costs. Stop caving in to a big butt and a smile. There's no woman worth offing yourself over. And again, with that said, there's no woman worth going to jail over. Stop putting your hands on these women. And if they put their hands on you, you take their asses to court. You file a complaint. Because, goddamn it, they would do the same thing to you if the tables were turned. Stop letting these women get away with behavior that's unbecoming. Jumping, and a lot of black women love to do that shit because they know a lot of you weak-ass men don't do nothing. Just like that brother, I think it was up in D.C., wasn't it? A female came in and was twerking all over him. He put a complaint out. I think he filed a police report on their ass. I think he kind of backed out. But you need to hold true to that shit. And let these women get away with this bullshit. Just like me with fighting. I I don't fight unless I absolutely have to. And if you do me wrong, I'm just going to hit you where it hurts. I want your house. I want that brand new truck. I want anything monetarily I can get from you. Because that's how the game is played. That's how the laws are. You're not going to benefit from beating the shit out of somebody. Only thing that's going to happen to you, you're going to lose every goddamn thing you've worked for. Or you stole, whatever. And your ass is going to end up in jail with a record. You gotta play the game. You hit me, I ruin your fucking life. That's how America works. America's not about that. You know, this ain't no mosaic, eye for an eye shit going on around here. People are destroying, people are taking you for all that you have now. And black folks don't understand that shit. You get buck and want to jump up and beat somebody up? Okay. Oh, you have no assets now? Well, the first opportunity you get some assets, that shit comes to me, Mr. Tough Guy, Mr. Want to beat up somebody in the parking lot. First car you get, that motherfucker's mine. Based on a court order. That's how the game is played. So you want to jump bad and get brolic and all that shit, okay. I'm just going to take all your shit. I'll take a swollen eye. I'll take a busted jaw. But guess what? You'll never own a home. You'll never get a car. And some might say that's some bitch ass shit, but you know what? That's how the game is played. This ain't the jungle where you do something to me and I'll beat you up. This ain't, we ain't doing that shit no. This is civilization. And some of you simps need to understand this shit. It ain't about emotion. And as cliche as it may sound, but fuck your feelings. That's the society we live in. Nobody gives a shit about how you feel. It's about getting what you can at the moment. And that's exactly how these women operate. Now, there are good women out there. Yep. But you need to be able to discern and distinguish those good women from those not so good women. And a lot of you all can't do that because you're so fixated on that ass and you're blinded. Women need to be tested. Stop taking these women out to fucking TGI Fridays, Applebee's, when you just met her on fucking line. And then get mad when she doesn't spread eagle for your ass. Now you done fuck that bitch. And you done spent $55 on drinks, bullshit ass steaks. I mean, what the fuck else did you think was gonna happen? You're the sucker now. Now you laying up $55 less and a hard freaking dick. By yourself, mad. I mean, shit, you could have went down to the stroll and got your rocks off for less than $55 and didn't even have to worry about a callback. I mean, jeez. Stop taking these women to dinner and the movies. This shit is so played anyway. But a lot of these women run around, this is their MO. Fucking getting free steak dinners in the latest damn movie. And they go home and kiki-kaka with their girlfriends on how they made you a fucking sucker. And you keep doing that shit. You doing that shit 3-4 times a month. That's almost $300 goddamn. You didn't spend, and you got a hard dick. So you need to get to know these women. Only fools rush in. Stop trying to pay to play. That's not what this is about. And it's not about gaming women neither. You need to balance your relationships. But when you're a pussy hound, attention whore, I need attention, I'm a weak beta male, I'll spend money on you, I don't care, I just want your love and attention. You'll do anything for these fucking sorry ass wenches out here that ain't about a goddamn. Got 3-4 fucking kids, especially military dudes. Everywhere I go, military dudes are getting taken to the fucking ringer by chicks that live outside the gate, that are just clawing and will do anything. These chicks will probably parachute off the fucking Eiffel Tower for an ID card and some benefits. And there are tons of suckers straight out of AIT, basic training, tech school, waiting, and they're just waiting outside the gate like fucking wolves, ready to get your simp stupid ass to nut up in them and get them pregnant. Now they got you with 18 years of fucking child support and a damn ID card, 18 years of access on base to the commissary in PX because of your stupid ass. And some of my bet brothers know exactly, and sisters know exactly what I'm talking about. So fuck that. Get your balls back.